Let's Talk with Heather Dubrow starts now. She's a fashion designer, a social media sensation, a woman with like literally the world's greatest closet, and my friend, please welcome Carla Rockmore.
Hello, honey.
Hi, how are you?
It's good. I'm good. It's been a while.
I know. Well, we text now and again, but I haven't seen you. Are you back in LA soon?
You know, I really need to get to LA, but it's literally been back to back lately, mostly New York. So
were you at Fashion Week?
I was not. I skipped. This is my second time I've skipped it. Yes. I don't, you know what? I had to shoot my spring line. It always falls in the wrong spot for me.
For me too. I know.
You know, and but yeah, I don't know. I do have to start making an effort. But you know, at a certain age,
I love that. Yeah. Good.
I don't love getting up at 5 a.m. for hair and makeup. You know?
It's hard.
I love wearing a spring look in -20. Don't love it.
I know. You know what's funny? Well, first of all, I just got back from Paris. I was telling you last night. And Paris Fashion Week is just beginning. So I was there for one day, but I looked at all the shows and it was nothing that, you know, I was like dying to go to. And I was with my daughter, Max. And so I went to go visit her for basically 2.5 days. I was in Paris. But you know what? Yeah. I like the spirit of Fashion Week. Like everyone, the street fashion, and the way everyone walks around, it's so great.
You know, it feeds you. It gives you energy and you don't need to sleep. It's so good. But then you get home, okay, after all that adrenaline, it's an adrenaline rush because there's so much stimulation. And then I tank.
You crash. Yeah. And it's a little like maybe post-show depression, you know, because you're like excited and you plan everything. I do find it, I mean, for me, because I'm not you and I'm not a fashionista, sometimes I find it a little overwhelming to, you know, even like red carpet things. And I've gotten better over the last few years. I think you and I have talked about this, but I had a stylist for years and I haven't had one in the last couple of years. And I'm sort of enjoying it. Like, I don't really care if people don't like it. And, you know, I'm kind of, you know, I don't know.
You're falling into your own. You're listening to your gut and you're listening to your own style. And isn't that better than listening to somebody else at the end of the day?
Yeah. And it's just like home design. I mean, my feelings are always the same. Like, keep the background neutral so you could sell your house eventually. But, you know, do fun things with your accessories and your pillows and your things. So
it's you know, it's the clothing is the canvas. And the accessories are the color, the paintbrush, you know, all the accoutrements.
The accoutrements. It's crazy, though. I want to tell you. So Max, as you know, Max historically, you know, has had anxiety and, you know, we were worried years ago, would she even go to college? And she's been, you know, in Boston and thriving. And now she's in Paris. And I have to tell you, so we dropped her off. So I haven't seen her in like 7 weeks, something like that, 6 weeks. And so to go back, I went alone. And it was great. I mean, I know you get to do this with Ivy. Like having that mother-daughter alone time
is amazing.
Isn't it the best?
Yeah, it really is.
It really is. And just watching her like handle things. She's on the metro. She was so funny. She's like, Mom, should we take the metro? I said, absolutely not. I'm so happy for you that you do those things, but that is not your mother.
The metro is actually the best, like one of the best things in Paris.
Not for me.
You know, I think it's because I grew up in Quebec and we have a metro. Like, it's not even a subway, it's the metro.
Right. It's better, clean.
Oh, it's very clean.
Yeah. He loves it.
Yeah.
And she's living where their dorms are is in Ivry. So it's outside of Paris. So they have to take the metro. But she's doing so great. And it was so fun. And we packed a lot into 2.5 days, I have to tell you. I mean, I met her new friends, took them out for dinner, did a whole Gigi's dancing on the table vibe, fun. And then we took a class to make croissants and pain au chocolat. Yes, that was great. And we did a lot of retail therapy. And then one night, we did the most fabulous thing. We had 90-minute massages.
Oh,
We ordered room service.
yes.
We watched a movie. We did nothing.
Do you know every vacation I go on with my husband, the last night, like the night that we're packing, that's what we do. That's our spa day. Yes, because you're running around the rest of the trip. And that's our day to like stay in the hotel, be in a bathrobe, have a service or two, order room service. It's the best way to end a trip.
That's so smart because then you are headed home in the right mindset.
Right. And like, you don't have to think about the last day. Like, what am I going to wear the last day? It's easy. It's an easy way to, I love it.
Terry hates room service.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
First of all, does not like eating in bed.
And no bed. They roll a table in.
I know he doesn't really like it.
Okay. Look, my husband won't go on a boat. So there you go.
So Terry has never wanted to go on a boat. And like when I was young, my parents took us on cruises and we did all that stuff. But it's never really floated my boat, no pun intended, but it's never really been like something I'm dying to do. And then friends of ours proposed this trip that we are going on. And so we've chartered a yacht with friends and we're going to Croatia.
You're going to love it. I hear it's fantastic.
I hear it's fantastic. And I made sure the boat has stabilizers and it's going to be great. It's a nice sized yacht and whatever. I feel so weird saying yacht. It sounds so like obnoxious.
Well, that's what it is at the end of the day. And I don't think you're like Croatia. I'm terrible in geography, but I don't think you're on open water ocean. You're going to be in more of these little lakes.
Right. It seems calmer. And so we're going from Split to Dubrovnik and I'll post something. But if anyone has been there and has great recommendations, love to hear that. But yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to go to Montenegro for a couple of days. And then we're going to go to Split and then take sail from Split to Dubrovnik. And then we have to stop in New York for something. And then we'll come. I'm so excited. But Terry was never a boat person. And so for him to say yes to the boat, I found shocking.
Now, is he not a boat person because he gets nauseous?
He gets sick.
Right. Exactly. So that's the same way with Michael. He gets seasick. But Terry will not get seasick there because you're not on open water.
Right. It should be fine.
It should be fine. I think it's such a great idea. We were thinking about that ourselves because Ivy is doing a summer program in Berlin.
How great. What does she study? Wait, what year is she?
She is a sophomore.
Right. That's she's a grade younger than the twins. Right. Okay.
Yes. She's a sophomore and she transferred from the Claremont colleges to Brown. So she didn't want to take a full semester off because she's loving the school so much that she says, I don't want to miss anything. I mean, that's the best thing you can hear from your kid.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, fine. But you need to explore the world, take a summer program.
Right.
So she's doing, it's a East-West Berlin 6-week kind of understanding, what happened and how the two are, how the two have sort of integrated. And I hear I've never been to Berlin. Okay. So
neither.
It's supposed to be unbelievable.
Wow. I have chills. What an experience.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think we're going to drop her off. I don't know if we are. I think that.
Yeah, definitely go drop her off. I'll tell you has she done any studying abroad yet?
Let me think. She went when she was 12 to Colombia on her own with a little group to do CISV, which is an unbelievable. I think I told you about CISV, that sort of youth peace organization trip.
Yeah. Right.
But no, I don't think she hasn't been abroad on her own as an adult.
Okay. Well, this is what I've done with my kids. Because like Nikki, when he was younger, the school took them on a little European tour when they were in 8th grade, kind of same vibe as what Ivy did. But we didn't go, obviously. The school took them. But when Nikki went abroad and when Max, and listen, you don't have to take them, but if you can, I will tell you, it was such a fun experience, especially at this age, our kids at this age. I took them, I took Nikki in the fall, I took Max in January, stayed a couple days, got them acclimated to the time so that, and like, walked them around, especially like these are the bank machines you're supposed to use. And yes, they can figure it out on their own. I didn't like show them everything, but some things.
I'm totally with you. I know 100% Michael's going to take.
Yeah, you should go. It's so fun. And then
I'm dropping a QVC drop like right then. So I can't. But she's going to go with him. He's only going to be there for 3-4 days with her. Let her get climatized, this, that, run her around. Make sure she has everything she needs for the dorm.
Right. Because it's crazy. Like when we did the dorm thing in Paris, I mean, they don't have the same kinds of stores that we have. They did have IKEA, me, following the arrows around the thing. I mean, like you can't, but yeah, to go to get the extension cord. I will say one of the things I did with Max, Nikki handled himself because we had to drop him off in Milan and he was studying in Florence and they did orientation in Milan. He set himself up. He was fine. I didn't buy him anything. And he was totally fine. Max, I was like, all right, I packed command strips. I packed sticky hooks, things that I did not want to have to source there. I highly recommend that.
Right. But she's only going to be there 6 weeks. It
doesn't matter. You want a hook to put your bathrobe on. Yeah, no, it's 6 weeks. It's annoying to have your wet bathrobe on the floor, your towel.
Yeah. And you know what? Now that I think about it, I lied. She's going in a week to Paris, maybe 2 weeks. Over spring break, she's going to Paris for a week to be with friends. So she'll have her first. Yeah. But you know what I'm worried about?
What?
I'm worried about her coming back.
Because she's going to love it so much?
No. I think she wants to come back. I'm worried about her freaking passport.
Is her passport not changed?
No, it's not changed. We didn't change it in time. So now she's fine. She's already had an experience.
Does she have global entry?
She does.
Oh, she'll be fine. By the way, global entry now. Have you done it recently?
Yeah. Have I done it recently? Like in the past 2 months? No,
like 6 months, year. All right. So
yes,
in LA, we have this thing called private suites. So you can avoid the regular part of the airport. And it's like a bougie thing. They have their own TSA and everything. So that's easy. Yeah. But the last time I came through somewhere and I had to go to TSA, I think, it was, we went to London on the show last year. And so we came back in and we had to go through TSA and it was just your eyes. You don't talk to anyone.
Yes. Yeah. I just had that. I went to see my mother in Montreal. That's right. It's nothing. Oh, so good. So yeah, I didn't think about that.
I think she'll be just fine.
Because she wasn't just fine at the American Airlines lounge. I got to tell you, this woman, I mean, she gave her driver's license. She was only going back to school. And, she absolutely looks like a girl.
Right.
And she is a girl, for God's sakes. But anyway, and
she have an M on her driver's license?
And her birth name.
Right. So
she's like, you ain't this person. And she's like, well, actually I am. And it was a bit of a, back and forth. She called Michael crying. Michael kind of smoothed it over. And then she was okay. But I couldn't believe it. Like, I couldn't believe this person was so interested in obviously making her feel
bad,
humiliated. Yes. I mean, here she is, a young girl. You could see she's a tiny little, like, what are you picking on people for?
Are you worried about sending her to Germany?
Or are you going to bring her back? Absolutely not there. Oh my God. Germany is the most creative and accepting country. Well, Berlin. I don't know about the rest of it. Berlin is like, you could be pink with purple polka dots and nobody looks at you.
I love it.
It's just very, very accepting.
I love that. Okay. So this is a great place for her to go.
This is a great place. Well, it's a great place for her to go. It's not such a great place for mommy to think of her going because the nightlife is insanity.
Really?
Insanity. Yes.
It's good
crazy.
for her. She'll have so much fun. That's what you're supposed to do in college. Stop worrying. And you've taught her all the smart things. Cover your drink.
Yeah.
Don't take anything that's not open. Yeah, all the things.
Yeah, I know. But oh God. Just, you know what? It's honestly, to tell you the truth, it's her transness that freaks me out about her going out.
Yeah.
She knows to stay with friends. But can you imagine an inebriated college guy? Okay.
No.
Right. And he likes her and he's dancing with her and they're having fun. And then she has to disclose. Obviously, she knows from the minute she says hello to sort of explain that.
Yeah.
So that he doesn't punch her in the face and take her teeth out because he's drunk and his own male ego was bruised.
Right.
So there.
Oh, that makes me so sad. It's like you can't even like have a conversation and get to know someone.
I know. Well, it is, we all, it's hard, but she's willing to accept those bits for living her authentic self.
Right.
And, I give her props for that. I don't know. I don't know if I was strong enough to do something like that.
I feel the same way. Like, I mean, listen, I mean, the insecurities that I had about my body that so many of us have. I mean, I think she's so brave and I love seeing her thrive. I love when you guys do videos together. I'm so happy.
Yeah. I've been thinking about those videos since she left because, she's not here to play in the closet with me regularly.
Yeah.
And I miss it.
I
know what I
know.
really miss too? I miss being able to like pass on little tips and tricks that I didn't think, any of my kids would be interested in when they were young. And all of a sudden there's this camaraderie between the two of us. What's also interesting is I find that, as women in general, doesn't matter if you're trans or cis, we come with issues based on what the world tells us. We have to, in order to feel good about ourselves at such a young age. When I was 20, if I didn't feel I looked good, if I was going to a party, I would have so much anxiety.
Me too.
Right. I had to be perfect. I had to have the same dress that all the other girls had. I had to have
Yeah. What are we wearing tonight? We're all wearing black top and jeans and those boots. Okay, good.
So she has the same thing. She's doing the same thing. And it's so funny to see that it carries over. It doesn't matter what you are. It doesn't matter if you're cis or trans. If you are female, it's funny, but it's also not great that society puts it on us to fit in with the crowd and look the same way.
I mean, 100%. And, social media and filters and all the things, it just makes it so much worse. I've seen people posting recently, like, here's my cellulite, or here's my acne scarring, or here's my this, or here's my that. And it's like, my gosh, can you imagine having been that confident to be like, I don't care. There it is at 20, 30, 40.
No, I'm just thankful there were no video cameras then.
Yeah, me too. God. I'm glad I'm at the age where the cellulite's now acceptable.
Yeah. So forget it. I don't know.
It's too much.
No.
All right. So I have some other questions. Well, first of all, I literally just got home from Paris last night and had to be places and do things and whatever. So I just started opening packages and just got this insane bag from you, Carla, in the color. I know the Pantone color is Mocha Mose, but this oxblood color is the
best
hot color right now.
It's the oxblood. Well, this one's called Merlot, but oxblood, Merlot, whatever.
But it's kind of like in that family.
It's in that family. Yes.
Yeah.
It's
so
a burgundy. It's a burgundy. And what's amazing about that one being the mini is that you can do it crossbody. You can wear it as a shoulder bag. You can literally do it small enough that it's a little clutch. It does a lot of things. And that color is summer and winter. It's one of my favorite. Do you know what my favorite color combination is with that color? That deep, deep wine color? my favorite, like my mouth is watering,
Okay, let me hear it.
is tomato red.
Oh, yeah, that's very you. I can see that.
Yes.
Oxblood
Yes,
and
to
tomato
have
red.
that.
But it takes a lot of chutzpah to be able to pull
You
that
think?
off. Yeah, I mean, I think for me, and I would say for many people, color is scary. And I have some very specific color questions for you.
Okay.
I like black. You know that. Like I wear a lot of black. I do pops of color every once in a while. I will wear something not black. If it's like, oh, you should wear more color. Blah, blah, blah. And I think it's partially because I'm a New Yorker. I like black. That's like how I grew up. That's how I feel my prettiest. And so I lean into it because I love it so much.
As you should.
Yeah. However, I think a lot of people wear black because it's easier. So by default, if you're wearing all black, it all goes together.
Well, it's actually harder though.
To see if the blacks match.
That too.
Yeah.
But see, you can wear black forever because of your skin tone. Okay.
Mm.
But there are many, many colorations between hair and skin tone that should not be wearing black at a certain age. When we start losing our natural glow, not the one that comes in a bottle, like everybody's doing so much glow lately. We're all starting to look like the Tin Man. But yeah, but there are many, many people who cannot carry off black. It drains the color out of them.
Oh, I see.
At a certain point. So you've got to consider the darkest of navies.
Love navy.
Is so complimentary on those people who have a hard time carrying off black as they age. That said, you can wear any color that you freaking want to wear. If it's draining you, throw on a little blush. Blush. It's
what our mothers taught us. Add some blush.
Always. I'll always, it's funny because there's this trend on social now where people, the younger kids, are saying, they see people on the street and they're blush blind. Like they're adding too much blush.
Oh, I see. Yeah, yeah.
A lot of blush. So what I want them to do is zip it and talk to me about blush blind when you're in your 40s and 50s. Thank you very much.
We need the blush. And then when you walk inside and the lighting is different, it all looks good. It's very difficult. All right.
But you want a cream blush.
I'm not good with cream blush.
Really?
I tried.
So easy.
I don't know. I can't do it. For over 10 years, Thrive Cosmetics has celebrated the strength and the beauty of women. But it's not just about makeup. It's a commitment to becoming your best self, to thrive in every moment, and to empower others to do the same. I love Thrive Cosmetics. I love their eye brighteners. I love their mascara. I love their finishing spray. I really love all of it. I mean, I got obsessed seeing it all over social. And then as I tried each product, I loved them more and more. And I think one of the best things is that for every product purchase, they donate funds and products to causes including LGBTQ+, domestic abuse, and under-resourced youth. Look, that liquid lash extensions mascara, it lasts all day. You don't have clumping, you don't have smudging, no flaking. It doesn't transfer under your eyes or on your upper lids. Like some do, and you got those little black dots. Your lashes look like you have extensions on without the damaging glue or the salon prices. Their flake-free tubing formula dramatically lengthens and defines your lashes from root to tip. So celebrate the women in your life with Thrive Cosmetics, luxury beauty that gives back. Right now, you can get an exclusive 20% off your first order at thrivecosmetics.com/Dubrow. That's Thrive Cosmetics, CAUSEMETICS.com/Dubrow for 20% off your first order. There's a lot of things you can do if you're having trouble sleeping. One solution, get some better pajamas. Dags Mayan provides solutions for a better night's sleep, giving you power for the day to come. I love a good pajama. My Dags Mayan long sleeve pajama set has not let me down. It is super lightweight, machine washable, and regulates your body temperature. And they're thin, so you don't feel weighted down by extra layers, and you don't need to run the heat all night. So if you get hot and cold at night, these PJs are twice as soft and 6 times more breathable than cotton. The balanced sleepwear from Dags Man are 100% made in Europe with the highest standards in terms of workers' well-being and environmental protection. Ready to upgrade your sleepwear? Discover the science of comfort with Dags Man. Their sleepwear is crafted to regulate body temperature, wick away moisture, and provide ultimate comfort all night long. Don't just take my word for it. Experience the difference yourself. Visit dagsman.com and use my code Heather15 at checkout for an exclusive 15% off your first purchase. That's code Heather15 at checkout. That's DAGSMEJAN. Sleep smarter, sleep deeper with Dagsman. There's like a bunch of questions mixed in this, but I was watching the Oscars and the Vanity Fair party and the whole thing. Okay. So what I noticed is, first of all, there was a ton of white.
It was unbelievable.
A lot of white, a lot of bridal. Let's start there.
Yeah.
So I believe in wearing white year round. I'm totally fine with that. But they're really like, when does a dress, like it looked a lot of like bridal to me.
Well, yes, there were some of them that were more bridal-esque. I think the ones that I really appreciated were the ones where a little bit of metallic was infused in the white.
Yeah.
Like a little bit of nude almost excited me more than the white.
Right.
And I really loved when it's clean, minimalist, stark white. That's where it doesn't look like it's a wedding dress.
Right.
But as soon as you start putting on lace,
feathers,
and pearls, and little ruffles, especially all together. Yeah. I mean, if you're going to do lace, ruffle, and pearls, somebody needs to throw you a bouquet.
Right. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. So I noticed that. So there was the white.
Then Chris, what's her name? Kim Kardashian. Okay. Mm-hmm. I saw her at the shows. Okay. Wearing, it was the most stunning white dress I've ever, it had a big black sash of a bow, but it was off the shoulder. It was just a full little princess bodice top. And then the skirt was huge, like Cinderella, but the fabric, and that's a wedding silhouette,
right?
White, right? But because she had that black sash and because there wasn't a bead on it and it was crinkle fabric like paper,
cool.
It looked like she was wearing paper.
Yeah.
It was fabulous.
Oh, I love that.
To play with it that way.
Okay, so that was the first thing. The second thing was, and this surprised me because this felt, I think I'm going to call it 80s, but it could be 90s, was there was a lot of red and black together.
That's a problem for me. It's a problem.
Did you not notice that? Like Brienne Howie, who I adore. She's fabulous. She was wearing a red and black dress. Coleman Domingo, also a friend, love him. He was wearing red and black. I can't remember if he was wearing Gucci or McQueen. I don't know. And I think McQueen is showing a lot of, and always does show a lot of red and black together. And so, first, what's the problem with that?
I just don't like it. I think the contrast is too stark. It's too stark a contrast. I like black. Black is a shade. Okay. It's not a color. So the easiest and the chicest way to wear black is with white, gray of sorts. And then you get into the neutral colors like navy, chocolate brown, camel, dark olive, things that aren't as contrasty as red, mind you, I do love a good neon yellow and black, but that's because I'm an 80s girl. I
like that too.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually having a battle over red and black right now because I bought a pair of shoes that I just adore. They're red.
Okay.
And I didn't know that people in the United States, being a Canadian, have an issue with white, blue, red, white, and blue because I have a lot of navy. Right?
No, but right. Because that's something you'd wear on Memorial Day or July 4th.
I have this gorgeous pair of red shoes. They're like a kitten heel. The entire thing are red feathers. It looks like I'm wearing high heel slippers. Okay.
Love it.
Love it. Except I have a lot of navy dresses and poofy things and black. right? Those
Mhm.
two.
Mhm.
And I put it with black and I immediately grow a hive. And I put it with navy and somebody's looking at me like, are you going to sing the Star
Star
Spangled?
Spangled Banner.
I'm screwed because I can't wear these damn shoes.
You know what I like that with, though? I like that with like an army green.
That's good. That's very, very good. Yes.
Like the red with the army green, I think is
yes,
pretty.
yes, khakis.
Okay, but
And
let
it's
me
funny
ask
that
you
you
this.
say normals.
I'm asking this sort of selfishly because I have this little red dress. It's so simple,
Okay.
but it's just cute. It's like this,
Yes.
I like just picture like
A sheath. It's a sheath, a mini sheath.
no, but it's like straps, but thicker straps, straight across, tight
Square
to the
neckline.
waist, little
Yeah.
bell skirt. It's got this rose on the front of it. It's super simple. And the straps are like interesting. They're like larger than
Right.
it's narrow. It's just so pretty, but
Right.
it's short. And old lady knees
Yes.
do not want to be naked in this
Mhm.
dress. And
Mhm.
so what
You want
does
boots.
one, or even if it's nighttime, what if you were wearing it out? Like if
A
you wanted to
hose.
wear, I want to wear a hose or something. What would you do with that?
Okay, so that's a question and a half.
What do you do with red? Because after seeing the Oscars, I thought, can you wear black hose and black shoes with that? Because like Brienne's dress was red with like, let's just call it black piping, but it wasn't piping. It was like, the tapes, the accoutrement. And then Coleman's suit was like a red suit with black lapels and things. And again, it brought me back to like, I think the 80s. And then I was like, is that like a tux rental that looks like? Is that chic? I can't tell. And then I have this red dress and I'm like, do I do it with black and black?
Okay,
you just said you hate that.
Here's the difference between what was shown at the Oscars and wearing a black sheer tight. Sheer, not opaque.
Yeah, sheer.
Sheer.
Right.
So if you're doing a very sheer tight, you are diffusing the black. So it's not as stark a difference as the red and the black suit or the red and the black dress. When you have the same fabrication in a fire engine red and a black, those are both opaque, strong colors. So they're fighting each other. Whereas if you do a sheer, right, in a black hose, it's softer.
Yeah.
And so because you can't do nude. No, you can't do a nude hose, right? No. You don't want to do navy or else you'll be in the position I'm in, right? So it's got to be black, but it's got to be sheer. And then you can do a black shoe because you've now continued the line and you're not chopping yourself up.
Right. So you're cool with that.
I'm cool with that as long as it's sheer. I'm not cool with opaque because then I want to sing Duran Duran.
Exactly. I was like, I don't know what to do with this, but I want to. Okay, so I'm going to do that. All right. And then the last trend, which I know you're going to hate. And so I'm just throwing it out there. I mean, we're so naked now that literally, I can't even get into Kanye's soon to be ex-wife with the vagina out. I can't.
Soon to be ex-wife? Is this new?
I think they're splitting up. I thought I read that.
Oh, what a shocker.
I know. But I mean, putting the vagina away for a second, because I think we can just all agree like that, that was just a stunt. I don't know why we need to see that. But every dress on everyone, there was Zoe Kravitz, who I adore. And I think she's stunning. But did you see her dress?
No, I didn't.
Her dress was like halfway down. So you could see like half the butt crack.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, like, I'm not telling you I was offended by it. Like her body looked amazing, but I mean, there's nipples here, there's vaginas there, and I'm not a prude at all, but I guess I'm old school when it comes to that. The teasing of the body parts, I find so much sexier.
Right. Absolutely. This is why I transitioned to a one piece. I got to tell you, the one piece is so sexy. Maybe on me. I find it more chic and more like it's lifting everything up rather than me having to suck everything in.
Right.
And it leaves something to the imagination. You know who did a very good sheer-esque dress recently was Alaya. They did a white and a black. I'm drooling over it. It's a bandage, not a bandage, but it's a tight, like little dress, like jersey of sorts to the floor, so it's tight.
Yeah.
But the jersey covered the boobs, and you had this sheer stripe that sort of weaved down the body from the cleavage to the right hip. You had a bit of skin where your panty line should be, but then the sheer went all the way down the leg where a slit would be.
That's cool.
How you do sheer, because you're using it in a way that complements a woman's body, because we have lines. There are lines to our shape. So if you're not careful as to where you place the sheer, it's disconcerting. It's going to cut you up.
I was trying on dresses for an event for recently. I mean, I just couldn't do it. But I hate to sound like such a prude.
We have to come to terms with the fact that we are from a different era at this point. Okay? And we come with our baggage, in the sense that my grandmother would never have worn white after Labor Day. Right. I don't think twice about it.
But right? I do wear, and I do like some of the sheer. Like, I mean, I think retrofat also. I wore like sort of a sheer thing to the reunion last year that was chocolate brown, and
my favorite sheer piece I have is I have two really good sheer pieces. One is a sheer tuxedo pant by Max Mara, but it has a lining, and then let me see.
Wait, keep going, and then I'll show.
And a sheer, it's like to the knee trench coat with a belt, but that's completely sheer.
Oh, I love that.
Right. But
that's
you wear
so
it with the pant. Yeah, you wear it with the pant, and it's timeless.
This is the front of it. I'm wearing a bra, but whatever else you see that's not sheer is built into the dress.
It's all black to me. Text it to me. It might be the Alaya. No, but the Alaya didn't have.
You got to see the back though, because that's
Oh yeah. Well, first of all, I'm sorry. If I had your tuchus, I'd be wearing that dress too.
I'm going to text these to you so you could see the dress.
I mean, I'm sorry. You could have done that with a boy shorts, but it wouldn't have looked as good. But
it's got like, all right, let me
built in.
It's built in. I'll explain it to you. So it's like a sheer black, long sleeve, long dress. It has nothing up top built in, but it's got almost like in the front, it looks like a sarong. And in the back, it looks like a thong. Really. I just texted it to you so you could see it. Look. It's a gorgeous dress. And I put it on, but then I went, I don't know. I just don't. Yeah.
Well, the problem is you wouldn't be enjoying the night because the only thing you'd be thinking about is your ass. Hey, that's the only thing you'd be thinking about.
I know.
Right? And who needs to think about that all night long? Like, enjoy the night, have a drink. Not as my butt sticking out the back and are people staring at me.
I know. And then I don't know if you saw this on my Instagram, but I was at this charity event and I wore this Les Gens number.
Yes.
That they sent me, and I love Les Gens. And it's, to me, this is a good sheer.
Yes.
So it's like pants that are lace, but it has a boy short built in underneath it. And then there was a lace bralette top. And then the blazer has lace sleeves, but I would never take the jacket off. And I'll tell you something else. I have real boobs, right? And this lace little bralette had no cup, no nothing. And I put the little old lady boobs in there. I'm like, that's so not good. And then I took out my sticky boobs, and my sticky boobs are sticky on both sides, right? So it sticks to your boob and the other side sticks to your garment, but it was lace. So like you could if you touch my boob, it would be sticky on the outside too. It was so ridiculous. And I ran into Dorit Kemsley there and I was like, my boob is sticky. I don't even know what to do. I probably didn't do that right.
And you know what? It was probably uncomfortable when you sat down because it was pulling like the sticky.
It really didn't. I think it was fine. Once I got it all hunyak together.
Right. It was all right.
It was so dumb though.
Crazy.
So many.
Crazy with all these little contraptions we have to do to put a dress on.
Change is inevitable. And that includes your hormones. You reach a certain age and it feels like your body is working against you. Oh, do I know this to be true? I mean, the last 10, let's call it 15 years, I have tried everything and anything to try to regulate myself and feel like myself again. So let's talk about Happy Mammoth's Hormone Harmony. Hormone Harmony is an herbal formula that fine tunes your entire hormonal system. We're talking estrogen, progesterone, testosterone. It helps with all that. Plus, it helps with stress hormones like cortisol, which can contribute to weight gain. There are over 40,000 reviews on their website. A bottle of Hormone Harmony is sold every 24 seconds. And that's because Hormone Harmony can help with such a wide range of problems. Hot flashes and night sweats, racing thoughts and low moods, poor sleep and lack of energy, occasional bloating and gas, no desire to be in bed with someone, if you know what I'm saying. And the biggest benefit, 100% of the women surveyed said they're feeling like themselves again. So for a limited time, you can get 15% off your entire first order at happymammoth.com. Just use the code Heather at checkout. Let's Talk is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedies, celebrity interviews, news, or even motivational speakers, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue, right? And guess what? Now you can call the shots on your auto insurance too. Enter the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. The Name Your Price tool puts you in charge of your auto insurance by working just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, then they'll show you a variety of coverages that fit within your budget, giving you options. Now that's something you want to press play on all day. It's easy to start a quote, and you'll be able to choose the best option for you fast. It's just one of the many ways you can save with Progressive Insurance. Quote today at progressive.com to try the Name Your Price tool for yourself and join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Companies and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. What do you see as trends for spring? Like, what should we be doing?
Well, it's funny because they have been talking about quiet luxury dying already because it's been
Why? Didn't it just start? Do they just mean wearing bows or do they mean what?
No, quiet luxury is very simple, timeless bodies, styles in very clean colors with hardly any trim. So a white blouse.
This is very me.
With a camel pleater pant and a black trench coat. Something that you will have forever and always has been, there's certain designers like Kate, like the Row, like who else? Oh, there's so many that are.
Prada's been doing a lot of that.
But Prada has this, between Raf Simons and Miucci, forget it, like she's a genius. She, even when she does that, she pushes the envelope.
Right.
Like this collection she came out with at the shows this past Fashion Week. Oh my God. Like every piece was uglier than the next. And it was so gorgeous because of that. The dresses looked matronly. The hair was all verklempt. It was all like she just got out of bed and the makeup wasn't done. But it was speaking to all this overdoneness and all this sexy that we do. And it was so timely and perfect because of that.
And also what's walking the runway isn't what they're selling.
No. Well, I don't know.
Like maybe Prada, an iteration of it.
Yeah. With Prada, it's with certain designers. Prada, it's pretty on the nose. Erdem, it's pretty on the nose. Schiaparelli, not so much.
No.
Ariana Grande looked so stunning.
Yeah.
At the Oscars in that Schiaparelli dress. It was breathtaking on her.
With both of them.
Yes. Both of them.
Gorgeous. When she turned around and had that shoe on her back, I was like, dead. It's perfect.
That shoe is all over the shows and different iterations and combinations. I just wonder how you sit to dinner. Like
you
in
don't.
a chair. I guess you don't.
You do not. It's like not that old I Love Lucy episode where she had to go standing in the car and they had to put the top down and then she had to stand for dinner all night.
Right. Right. That's been me a couple times for sure. I always worry that the shoe might take somebody's eye out. Somebody who's a little shorter.
Do you ever purge your closet?
I have to do, yes, I do. And I have to do one like imminently. I really do have to do one.
What do you do with your stuff? I mean,
So I used to give and sell, and I used to do that. But now my daughter, it's like every piece, even if it's crappy, she wants the crappy more than she wants the good stuff.
I know, it's
she's
so
at that
weird.
age,
Yeah.
right? So she wants like my old Zara t-shirts. I'm like, are you sure we can get you a new one? No, she likes the one that has the ketchup stain on it. So everything goes upstairs because there's no basements here. Everything goes upstairs on rolling racks. And it sits, and it's going to wait until she grows into them.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, I keep a certain amount of vintage. I mean, it's vintage. She will take things of mine. She took this Chanel sweater of mine to Paris with her. And she's like, oh, I love vintage clothes. I'm like, that's rude.
Right.
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 But it's hard because what would you tell people to do with their clothes? I mean, not everyone has a closet like yours. And, certainly when we moved out of our house and we're in an apartment now, like I don't have the space that I used to.
Problem. When we move out, I'm only fortunate enough to have this closet because we moved down to Texas and there's a lot of land. So they build the houses a little bigger.
Right.
I was running around my other home in Toronto with the 4 little closets we had, naked from place to place with my husband screaming, put down the fucking wines. It was like one of those. But I think that you have to cull regularly and keep what you think still speaks to you, but maybe you don't feel like wearing it this season, but it's still something that you can see yourself wearing later. I have this it's a blouse and palazzo pants, and it's in a pink and purple paisley. Okay. At the time, okay, I thought it was like the cat's meow. It was sensational. I would do it with a fuchsia lip. I wore it once.
Right.
I had the moment, right? And now it's going upstairs on the racks because I just don't feel
you're going to wear it again. Yeah.
No. But I also have a lot of design work that I do. So I keep this stuff for like that print is excellent. I may recolor it in another sort of, maybe it's going to be a navy blue, emerald green. Who knows what it's going to be, but the print is good.
Yeah. So you keep these things for inspiration.
I heard that Iris Apfel had so much clothes at the end. Well, first of all, she had her apartment in New York.
Right.
She had her mother's apartment in New York. Her mother had passed, but she kept the apartment, which was just filled with racks, the whole apartment just filled with racks. And she had a storage facility. I think at the end of the day, I'm going to have a little storage facility, which kind of pisses me off because if it's all the way in the storage facility.
Are you ever going to use it? But I saw Kim Kardashian once she's got a storage facility and everything is archived, photos of everything, it's all digital. And so, you could just scroll through it and, see what you want.
Idea. She's Kim Kardashian, so why not? Right? So I'm not going there because I have some great vintage and I have some great pieces, but it's not like that.
Right. I think for me, like I wear it. Sometimes I put things away for a couple of years. I bring them back out. Things like exactly what you're saying that speak to me. I keep sometimes, one of the girls takes something, maybe, some of them will have kids and they'll have, hopefully there's a girl in there and they'll want, some of my stuff. So I just keep that stuff. But, but where do you give it away? Because like the consignment stores, I don't even want to name them, but some of them are very annoying. They don't give you much money for things. Sometimes they don't price them well. So where do you do that? Right.
So I'm gonna plug here right now. They're gonna be all excited. There's a group of girls in North Carolina, and I like to work with a small group rather than a big. I do like Fashion File. I think that Fashion File is more ethical. let's say, than some of the others.
Okay, I'm writing this down.
And they stick to their prices. There's none of that. Oh, here's another 20% because it's a, Saturday. Like there's none of that. But these two girls, they will it's three girls. It's called the edit sale. Now, here's the thing. They're very small. So they do the Dallas market and they do North Carolina at this point.
Okay.
But that's where they sell. It doesn't mean that they won't take your stuff.
Right.
And sell it. They have a huge event twice a year, like in a big warehouse, and everybody knows about it.
Wow.
And they do very well. They have only been doing it a few years.
You buy vintage? Do you buy resale?
Absolutely.
Is that the same thing?
Absolutely. No, it's not the same thing, but without question, I love a good consignment store.
How do you feel about, all right, talking about the luxury? So I was just in Paris.
Mm-hmm.
I did come home with a lovely orange box.
Oh, very
yes.
Nice.
I'll have to show you a photo of that. You're going to love this color. But
yes.
I have two things. Number one, I hate knockoffs. I hate them with every fiber of my being. If I can't afford something, I don't buy it.
Good for you.
And it drives me insane because to me, it's copyright infringement. That is someone's proprietary design and I can't stand it. I hate walking down the street in New York and seeing a 6-foot table full of Van Cleef bracelet knockoffs. Like it just drives me crazy. Mm-hmm. And there's so many beautiful designers out there at different price points that are doing amazing, cool, different things. Right. Mm-hmm. So I hate knockoffs and I have a thing about energy. So I don't want to carry someone else's bag.
Ah, I see.
You see what I'm saying?
I don't have that.
No. And I think so. Look, my daughter, Max, we're very different. And she's so funny. I mean, but we always laugh. Like I like things shiny and new and it has to be as old as possible for her. She loves antiques. She loves vintage. She wants things to be old and crusty and, the whole thing. Right. And she's more like my mom is like that. So she's more like my mom. Right. And I love it for her and it's amazing, but it's not me. I don't want to carry someone else's thing.
But do you think that's because it was your mom?
Maybe.
I feel like there are things that my mother did, and wore that I have an aversion to. Not so much wore. She always had great style and but like I won't keep food past like 2 days. Okay.
Right. Yes.
Because there could be a little animal growing on it before she threw it out. She wasn't interested in that kind of thing. She was an artist.
Mine
so
too.
I have an aversion to things that I grew up with. And so because your mom loved the old antiques, you might have been, it's almost like a rebellion.
Yeah. It perfectly could be. I mean, we are so, and my mom too, like your mom, also an artist. And also like, if you go in that freezer, you'd have to excavate. Like, I don't even know what, from the Ice Age, what is in there. Same thing. And always beautifully dressed, gorgeous style always. And a little more uncostume, she dresses a little more flamboyantly. I'm more of the quiet luxury dresser, like very, very different. But yeah, I love it for them. So not me.
Right. Well,
Max even loves vintage jewelry, anything vintage.
Oh, I love vintage jewelry. I love, but so it speaks to me. It doesn't speak to you. That's the beauty. That's the beauty of listening to our gut.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. There's no judgment against you or me because I like vintage and you don't. It's just, it enhances who we are on the inside, which is way more important than the piece.
100%. But it reminds me of like my grandmother gave me one of her Hermes scarves, which was the first. I have a collection of Hermes scarves, and it was the first one I ever owned, and it smelled like her, and but also it was just like the most beautiful thing. And it had her energy to it, you know? So even now, like, I'll be like, oh, I'm taking grandma on the trip, you know, cause I know like it's like a piece of her. And so I don't know who owned those other things.
Right. Dry clean them. So
Yeah. We need to see. So my take home is sage your vintage.
Right.
Okay. Tell me, before we go, you're giving my listeners like a fabulous code for a discount. What is going on? What's the new drop? Where's the whole Carla Rockmore collection right now? Where are we headed? And what's our code?
Yeah. Well, the code is Rockmore15, all capital letters, I believe. Let me check.
We'll post it too.
Yes. Rockmore15. And you get 15% off anything on the website. And it is growing. It's very exciting for me and for the team. Our sling bags are doing super duper well. They always do, because it's the type of bag. The sling bag is the best bag for travel. I can't even tell you, because you don't need hands. It zips.
And it's big enough.
It's big. You can put a water bottle in it. You can put so much stuff, a passport in it if you have to. There's a detachable wristlet, and there's 2 straps, and it's the type of bag that you're not going to get pickpocketed. Like, it's just can't.
Because it's got a zipper.
Yeah, you can't compete with this bag. But
there's more.
There's more, because I need a tote when I work.
Me too.
I need someplace to put my computer, and I need someplace to put my mug, okay, my thermos, because I'm always drinking tea. And so I made a tote bag.
Oh my God, let me see.
Oh my God. Firstly, look at the colors, okay?
I'm dead. I want that yellow.
Yeah, the saffron. Let me show you. So it's just mushy gushy enough for you to be able to smush it under a plate.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just firm enough for it to pop right back. Okay?
Let me see all the colors. Wait, pick them up.
You've got saffron.
Yep.
Chili, which is this beautiful fire.
Right.
It's like an orange red, right?
And I see a long strap.
Walnut, right? The walnut.
Mm-hmm.
And emerald green, because I'm a green girl, right? Yeah. But here's the best. Here's the best, okay? Inside your tote bag, because I'm always traveling, so I think, what does a woman need when she has a quick business trip, like 2 days, right? She needs a tote bag for her computer and her stuff, which has a luggage slide thing. So
this is the best thing. So it's got like her tote bag has a piece of leather on the outside of it, so you can slide it over the handle of your wheelie. That is the best.
Then you have a detachable strap.
Shoulder
so you
strap.
can wear a shoulder strap, so you can wear a crossbody or shoulder bag.
This is a great bag.
Let's say you have a piece or 2 of jewelry that you want to carry with you, because you don't want to put it in, anywhere, or a good pair of sunglasses or something really special. Inside the bag, and by the way, it snaps, so you can put it through security without losing things, okay?
It's always a problem.
It's attached by 2 snaps, and you can take it out, and you get a second, it's called a 2-in-1. It's a mini nylon weekender sling bag. So it's a 2-in-1. You get the tote bag, and then on the weekend when you finish your meetings and you're running around doing a little shopping, you've got a beautiful little mini, right?
That is so. Is there what's inside? Let me see the inside of the bag.
It's just a nylon pouch. It's like the mini.
No. What's inside the tote?
Oh, wait. Okay.
I want to see what's inside.
So inside,
I'm sort of obsessed right now.
On one side, you have a zipper compartment for your wallet and for your passport. Yeah. In front of that, you have 2 pockets, one for your phone, one for your charger, or whatever it is that you need. You have a thermos thingy, an elastic thermos thingy, or a water bottle holder. You have a computer sleeve with a snap so it stays tight. You have another larger pocket in front of that, so you could put a notepad or a book or whatever. And then you have a ton of space, Because
Oh, it's so good. It's a perfect tote. I need one of those. I always travel with a tote bag. That is my life
Right.
And I'll tell you why, because if I'm not like filming somewhere and we're just like, let's say we're popping away for the weekend somewhere, I don't want to bring 12 bags. Like there's certain trips that you go on. It's an anniversary trip or you're traveling with another couple and you want to be epic, right? So you bring all the shoes, all the bags, all the things, costume changes constantly. And there's other trips where you want to bring as little as possible and maybe just even, not check luggage. So what I do, and this is why I really love your fun colors, is I will have my tote bag. I take it on the plane on my wheelie, and then I use it as my beach bag.
Yeah. Absolutely, you can do that. Absolutely. I would use it not as my beach bag, but because I don't go to beaches, I would use it as my running around like sample bag. Like it's my
you're in the city
bag. If I have to schlep something like jewelry or whatever to a maker or a factory, that's my bag. But then where's my purse? Like 2 days later, if I want to go to a gallery or if I want to
now you have the little bag.
I have the little bag.
That's how much is that bag?
Okay, don't quote me. I think it's $225. I'm so bad. I'm going
to tell you, that's an amazing price to get a bag like that from a designer like a Fendi. It's $3,000 or more.
Yes. Now, this is not Fendi. It's made in China. It's PU. It's not leather. It's
even better. Then when you can wipe it off.
Well, and that's the thing. Like you can go into the airport bathroom and put it down on the floor.
No.
Hook it. I know you can hook it, but if something gets on it, when you're on a plane, okay, and you're smushing that thing underneath, they're not cleaning underneath the person's seat in front of you. Who knows how long it's been?
Now you can clean the bottom. So hard and fast rule for me is never put your purse on the floor because they say that's when the money runs out. But the only exception to that is seat in front of you.
Okay. So now I know. Because
don't put it on the floor. But I think those are gorgeous. I'm so happy for you. Thank you for my Merlot new bag. I'm going to take it on my trip that I'm going on this weekend. I love it. And I adore you.
I'll send it to you.
I'm kind of obsessed with that yellow.
I know the saffron's gorgeous.
Saffron.
I'll send you one of my green dresses. This dress is t-shirt material. So that's another thing you need for
travel. And also I always wear a dress when I travel. I like stretchy, long dresses because it's just the easiest way to travel. You're cozy, you're covered.
Doesn't take too much space. You don't have to worry about it creasing too badly. A little steam in the hotel and you're good to go. Yeah, me too.
All right. Tell people how to find you on social.
On social, you can find me on Carla.Rockmore. I have no idea why there's a dot there on Insta. So Carla.Rockmore. On TikTok, it's just Carla Rockmore. And everywhere else, it's just, if you watch YouTube, it's Carla Rockmore. If you watch Facebook, it's Carla Rockmore. I'm even on X, and Carla is with a C. And then if you want or are interested in looking at merchandise, the Carla Rockmore collection is at carlarockmore.com.
All right. I love you so much. Thank you for being here.
Love you too, honey. I miss you.